Alright, and we're back to find out what's behind the door. Dun dun dun. City. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and stuff back. There's a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. My driver's license looked damaged. Did I take it back? Cleaned the card off as best as I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed I found my credit card. And now this. I took the card into my wallet, next to my pen. It sounded like it was going to something. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of its store that he ran. It was oddly quiet, except for the faint sound of its damn television. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. Like I couldn't just pop it open, it needed a key. A bit of blood on the key. I don't know if you can't open keys with blood. Door. The blood now. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. Wondered where it led. I pulled the chain. I gave the chain a single tug and a simple folding ratchet out of it. It was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Were they open? Mostly boxes crammed with clothes, photos, and even shoes. They were women's clothes. What? Oh, found the TV. TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. Jesus, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker, and one of the few friends I had in this town, was dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been killed trying to get up. His eyes were still wide shut. Norman, you bastard! What were you doing here with Rachel? Did she do this to you? Did you hurt her? Norman, maybe you said that. Maybe not. I closed his eyes. Gently, I pushed his eyelids down. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace, or if I just couldn't stand to look at him. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in there. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess. Okay. And a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash. Walking into the fridge. Digging through the trash in someone else's store/house. I wasn't entirely surprised to find this bag. It was one of Rachel's old fall coats. I always wondered what happened to it. How long had it been? She cheated. The wall was well maintained gun cabinet in Norman's room. I didn't know much about guns, but it looked like he left a few hunting rifles. Maybe even a few pieces of sugar. When it comes to missing. You're gonna have that? I entered Norman's. This was better than soil. And we're missing something. Look at that. The general store was small, but it was clean. They had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and pamphlets. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. You know, the icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. This was content. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. That night continued to take horrible turn after horrible turn. It had been weeks since I'd last seen Norman. But to find him intact, seeing that dusty box of those old clothes was a shock. How long had they been there? It was Rachel doing it. I felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. Yes, they want me to say the first one. Let's start with the first one. It's locked. It wasn't the right gate. Okay? I know. That gate was locked. This wasn't my house. A lot of TVs in this alleyway. Neighborhood's local postbox, and the letter was sticking out. Somebody hadn't pushed it all the way down. Knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Alright. The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. With a deep breath, I tore open the paper. The letter read, Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. But we did. He was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to do. He is my husband and my friend. I need some time to sort this out away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him, so don't you think you can do that against me. I'm going to tell him and get past this. Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to. He deserves to lose so much. Goodbye. Is that what I like? Wasn't right. I had the wrong gate. In here, I had entered our backyard. Rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding. It chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. I held my breath as I approached my owl. I was terrified to stop. Do it! The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strange. I flicked the light switch at the door. The power was off. The table was clean. It hadn't been used any time recently. The door to the basement was locked. Where did I put the damn key? There was a small pile of mail on the floor and went to the mail slot. How long have I been away? Why didn't Lisa pick it up? Most of the contents were bills, credit card bill there. I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? Who the fuck gets my credit card? The front door was locked from inside, and I couldn't go out there. Rachel! Adrian! An old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. Didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Leave it anyway. There's a photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got caught off my laptop. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why did I burn it away? Television. I purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterwards, but by then it was too late. Still not a very big TV. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole in it. A hallway mirror had been smashed, pieces scattered around the floor. Doors in this. Ooh, look at that computer! My laptop had been left on, and only had a tiny bit of power. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. I took it. Pocketed the key. Look at the computer. Why not? The sink which needed to be replaced. One of the taps always stuck, and I hadn't got around to fixing it. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old log apartments. Guess I'll check. Books were half mine, half Richard's. Now that I look more closely, look like that man in that house had some of the same books as I did. Ooh, my wife's ancient suitcase. Clothes, I had a feeling it was in it. Each suitcase containing clothes, toiletries, and is this what you're going to do with Norman? I'm going to run away with Norman. Yeah. Picture this smiley face in the middle. No, still glitch. Here. Unlock the basement door. The old Christmas decorations. Garbage bags of stuff, old heat. Wow. Try to remember what I have a feeling. The old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. Put up this divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. And finished yet, so the door was stuck and the drywall was fully installed. We would have been able to break through if I found something to do. Grimy key I had found in the basement unlocked the door. It looked like the room had been tossed around. Furniture was a mess. Did they break in yet? Maybe. Just maybe. Find out next time.